Wow, that's slick. All right, well, friends, they say that Ice-Mageddon's coming here to western North Carolina, so let's go ahead and get ready for that. I'll show you what we've done so far. So we've got us a generator, we've got us some extra firewood, got us some fuel. We're not too worried with the heat aspect of losing power. As you all know, we have a wood stove, so that comes in handy. But last time during Hurricane Helene, the water issue was a big thing. We're on a well, so when we lose power, we lose water. So we've got it's like a 40-gallon water tote here, and we're gonna fill this sucker up, have water on standby. The nice thing about this tote is that it has this spigot here, and we're storing it inside because we're supposed to get some sub-zero temperatures, and better safe than sorry, I'd rather this thing not freeze. We've got plenty of propane or butane powered cooking implements, so that's not a problem. Got the firewood covered in a tarp. We even got vehicles covered in a tarp. Still got to do my wife's car though. Another thing we're going to use to store extra water is these honey buckets. All right, these two want to go ahead and fill up the bathtub, so get going. Another great thing to do when you run out of water is to fill up the tubs ahead of time. I'm going to see if I can see what backpacking stuff keeps me relatively prepared, or us relatively prepared. Got some water filters here. This is a good one here, this one from Sawyer. Butane, jet boil. Extra blankets are always good. Biggest thing though that's going to be helpful for power outage is these water filters. And this butane here, that jet boil. Got to get our animals ready. So we'll start with the bees, but what I'm going to do now is double check their stores, see how they're doing, and utilize what's called the mountain camp feeding method. All right, let's go. So in order for this method to work, you need to get a feeding shim on top of your hives. You can buy them from any beekeeping store, you can make them yourself. This is my second winter having bees. This is my first winter trying out the old mountain camp method. I used fondant patties last year, but I've decided to give this a try, not just to see how it does, but out of economics as well. I mean, I bought enough sugar that should feed 9 hives, and I spent like 40 bucks. So, all right, so let's crack this lid. There's gonna be some sugar in here, but we're just gonna, it's not a lot, we're just gonna give this a better spread. Bees and a little bit of sugar. So the mountain camp method, literally again, just newspaper, dry sugar, and as you saw, over time, the sugar solidifies into a solid cake. So let's go ahead and put down our newspaper. Let's put our shim on top. Let's go ahead and let's get some sugar on there. Put that little bit of old sugar up. What's that, bee? And we're just gonna sprinkle this on. And that's it. Go ahead and put our lid on. And just for aesthetic's sake, I always like to cut the extra off. So the mountain camp method isn't just an opportunity to give the bees some emergency feed that they can have access to as they need it, but the sugar also helps absorb any extra moisture in the hive. As an experiment, I tried some of this brown craft paper, and they were able to chew through some of it, but newspaper definitely works the best. Or at least that's my opinion. You know, if you ask 2 beekeepers the same question, I think they say you'll get like 5 different answers. All right, the bees are all buttoned up, time for the chickens. Normally, if it's just standard cold mountain temperatures and a little bit of rain, we wouldn't go through this effort. But after we get this inch or more of ice, it's gonna be like sub-zero. So how do you get chickens in a basically open air coop ready for an ice storm and sub-zero temperatures? Glad you asked. First thing we're gonna do is spread a lot of pine shavings in the run. It needs it anyway. But I'm also gonna put some shavings underneath where this coop is gonna be. So let's get it out of the way. Remember when I mentioned something about networking and knowing people and getting things for free or next to nothing? Well, I happen to know a guy that runs a sawmill, so I get some free pine shavings or wood shavings in general. See all those deep shavings? That's what I like to see. Well, now that we got kind of a deep bedding set up right here, let's go ahead and cover up this cage wire. Well, what better thing to use than these trash bags? And that will help out our silky friends. All right, I think these guys are ready for those sub-zero temperatures and this big ice storm coming our way. So I think everybody's about ready. We're ready. We've got everything prepared. Animals are ready. Let's see what the storm does. Is it gonna do what they said it's gonna do? Or is it just gonna be a flop? I really hope it's a flop. So, Ice-mageddon is here. Well, the sleet's done. It seems like now it's just freezing rain. And the kids are out trying to sled in the ice. Meanwhile, Carrie's loving it. But before the internet tries to get mad at me, she does have a house right there. She does have access to this covered porch and into that room inside. And these kids are not ones to be stopped. No snow, no problem. Everything is a skating rink.
I'm gonna go down in a sled. I don't know what sled to pick in the lot. We're gonna go with a pink one. That one's pretty standard. Let's go. it didn't work.
All right, apparently I have been volunteered to lead the ice train. Are we going? Oh boy, here we go. You holding on? Ah! Oh no! Oh no! Uh-oh. I'm at the back of the ice train! Ah! Well, that was a disaster. That is an attractive lady.
We went the farthest! Yay! Now time to get back up.
Woo! Oh, look who's inside. Don't get used to it. These goober heads are walking around and slipping and sliding. Some of them hanging out in their coop. Left the gate open so the chickens can roam if they want to. Ow, that's slick. Whew. I'm okay. Well, folks, we survived Ice-Mageddon, and we still have power, which is pleasantly surprising. I hope that you fared as well as we did. I'm sure there's folks that didn't, and my heart certainly goes out to them. Now it's time to go into work. So thanks for following along with our preparations and our fun. Stay tuned for more.